China's secret agents are spread all over the world. They extend Chinese friendship, teach Chinese culture to children, and even blackmail other countries when the time is right. But these agents look something like this.
Two Chinese pandas offered to the United States during the president's Chinese visit.
They're also a tool in China's global diplomatic strategy.
The pandas left the nation's capital with diplomatic flair.
I like to call it punitive panda diplomacy.
We are talking about pandas, which are born only in China, but the whole world is fond of them. Last week, I saw the film Kung Fu Panda, which reminded me of a very interesting fact. China has diplomatically used pandas. How? The story is quite interesting. Let's understand in it today's video. But promise me, if you found this video interesting, then you will definitely subscribe to the channel. Or if you are already a subscriber, then you will share it with someone close to you. And yes, if you found today's story interesting, then spam interesting in the comments so that we can focus on making more such videos. Chapter 1. What is panda diplomacy? Whenever a country's president visits another country, what does he see first? Tall buildings, developed road, or their military strength? But in 2017, when Xi Jinping went to Germany for G20, what did he see? A zoo, and that too for a special animal, panda. China gifted two pandas to the Berlin Zoo. Actually not gifted, but a loan. China says that panda bears are very important for them. They have religious importance and they are very rare. So China will give two pandas to Germany on a loan. And every year, Germany will give $1 million to China. This act actually has a name, panda diplomacy. This is a practice of the Chinese government by which China give a panda to another country as a loan. It increased its soft power. Today, there are 22 countries in the world to whom China has given 70 pandas on loan. If you look at this closely, these are those countries from which China gets business. China trades with and take its economy to the next level. This is China's master stroke. Why? There are three reasons. Number 1, panda are bears, but still they are vegetarians. They are cute and harmless. So looking at pandas, you feel that yes, pandas can be friends. Offering a panda to any country is like extending a hand of friendship to them. There is very strong connections between China and panda. Movie like Kung Fu Panda, which can has heavily funded, make this connection even stronger so that the next generation finds China and Chinese culture friendly and China can hide its dirty deeds. Number 3. These pandas look like a gift, but their expenses low. With their head, China earn a lot of money. China has a monopoly over pandas, which give them a lot of bargaining power. China actually does not need this money at all. China's economy is worth $18 trillion. China has $3 trillion in its forex reserve still. China takes $1 million from other countries for wildlife conversion. Plus, if those pandas give birth to cubes during their time in a foreign zoo, then China takes $4 lakh as cum tax. And that too every year. China is a communist by name, but it is the biggest capitalist. We have to prize China's leadership. They do publicity that to using other countries' money. But why is panda diplomacy important for China? For soft power. Chapter 2. What is soft power? A country's image is its important too. What is the image of France? Paris is called the world fashion capital. Paris is famous for perfumes. If you write Paris under any product, it becomes a brand. This image is soft power. But is everything good in France? If you go to Paris and visit its non-tourist area, you will be able to see garbage on the roads, people smoking openly, and beggars of course. Not as much as a developing country, but there are problems too. But this image of France is hidden from the world, because of which 40 million tourists come to Paris every year. And in India, only 6 to 10 millions. Let that number sink for a bit. Paris is a city, but still Paris is visited by 4 times the tourists that visit the whole of India. Why? Because of soft power. This soft power increase people's pride and also impact the economy. However, goes to Paris at least by a magnet, because we all have to show off that we have been to Paris. This price of magnet is a 5 yuan. That is 40 million tourists. 5 yuan, the amount is 200 million yuan. Only from one magnet hostel expenses. Food, sightseeing, all of this is also there. That is, developing soft power bring a lot of perspective for a country. It is also very important for a country. Because of this, foreign money flows into the country. And whether Indians leadership know this or not, I don't know. But China's leadership has understood this well. Chapter 3, Panda Express. Let me tell you China's dirty secrets. China became a part of WTO on 11 December 2001. And after that, China grew exponentially. 2 years later, China sent a panda to USA, Mempia Zoo. The name of this panda is Yaya. FedEx, a courier company, also sent a special flight to China to bring this panda, which is called Panda Express. This panda stayed in USA for 20 years. But now, China has asked for that panda. Why? Because his condition was not good in USA. China ran a campaign that USA is not taking good care of this panda for 3 months. China and America diplomats were discussing on how USA failed in keeping its promise. When Yaya first came to America, hundreds of tourists come to see this panda. This is because an attraction become news, and Yaya leaving USA also become a news. What do you think? Is this story only about the panda, or it is also about the changing relationship of USA and China? Mainly, the interesting thing is that what is condition of this panda that was sent to Russia? How does it live happily? Does it enjoy? The video start going viral on Chinese social media, and this is not happening for the first time, friends. When President Obama meet Dalai Lama, China got agony. China did not want any Tibetan leader to keep Tibet's point of view in front of the world independently on such a big problem. As a result, when Washington Zoo requested to keep the panda there for another year, China said no. Similarly, Norway gives Nobel Prize every year. China buys salmon fish from Norway and is Norway's biggest trade partner. But when Norway got Nobel Prize to the Chinese protesters, China got upset. They had sent a panda for Norway, but that panda never reached Norway. It went straight to Scotland. At the same time, China changed its import strategy. They start importing salmon fish from Scotland. Let me tell you that China's social media is completely under the government's control. So, it's the government that decided what will be viral and what will be not. This clears the stand of China's changing geopolitics through pandas. China shows how innocent it is and how evil America is, to be fair. I am not saying that America is not evil. Actually, American crimes are one of the most hidden crimes in the world. We are just explaining China's diplomacy and its games. In this video, geopolitics is a game of perception, and China used pandas as a weapon. China says that the money earned from all this effort is spent on making sanctuaries and national park for pandas in China. But there is no free press in China. Social media is concerned in China. So no one knows how much China's data is true and how much is not. If China wanted the best for pandas, it would have sent pandas to every country that is ready to give $1 million every year. Those who have the facility to host pandas, but China is not selective about who will get the pandas here. Less is throw out pandas and more is throw about diplomacy. More than the environment, the work of politics is more here. The saddest thing is that there are only 1900 pandas in the world and 600 pandas are trapped in zoo. In the last 10 years, the number of pandas in captivity has increased. But on the other hand, China is lagging behind in introducing pandas to wild habitats. That is, panda is such a diplomat of China that worked for China but still lives in prison. He earns money for China but still lives as a vulnerable species. Panda is a holy animal for China but still roams from a place to another like a commodity. Panda is not China's mascot, but instead it's China's tool. Just a diplomatic relation between Canada and India got rained and they said goodbye to our diplomat. And even we dropped their diplomat away. The same thing China does with pandas. And only difference is that there is no say for pandas. In this, pandas themselves are not aware for the borders. They don't know geopolitics. They just want to live in their natural house. They want to enjoy their life freely. Chapter 4. Lesson for India. China is an expert in panda diplomacy. And this is not new. Dynasty sent the first panda to Japan in 685 AD. Since then, panda diplomacy has evolved a lot. And this has also increased China's soft power. So what can we do? Should we also copy China? When? Not exactly. How can we increase our soft power? We will have to identify areas. They can become diplomacy for us. That can become our ambassador. Things that can become an Indian brand for us, which India's fame can spread over the globe. What can they be? Let's think. Number 1. Is India food in America? An Indian restaurant called Chai Pani has won the best restaurant award. This is proof that the whole world is interested in Indian food. Australia celebrate chef Graham Megan openly says that India street food is the best in the world. It is said that the way to one's heart is through their stomach. Today, the number of vegans and vegetarians is increasing in the world where Western food is completely based on meat. India has a lot of options in vegetarian food. So why not make our food our ambassador? Why not introduce India to the whole world through our food? Invite them here and host them well. The Indian street food's image is very bad internationally. If we can maintain hygiene along with food safety standards, then India street food can become global. Number 2 is Indian films. Our films have already made headlines all over the world. When RRR and the Elephant Whispers won the Oscar, it felt that it was not the victory of films. Instead, it was India's victory. But this is a reminder for us that we consider films only as business. Indian producers need to encourage imported films as well. Films that are not for entertainment but to promote a good message. South Korea does the same with its K-pop and K-drama. When Korea films Parasites won the Oscar, South Korea's soft power increased. This year, Korean film Past Lives was also nominated. Today, fans of Korea K-pop and K-pop band and BTS are all over the world. This image building can happen from India too. We have a history of 5,000 years. It's possible that not all Bollywood films are good or that they are over-commercialized. But our problem is that we have given center stage to Bollywood and have regionalized all other movies. Why is so? I feel not only in Hindi but in every language. There are good stories and good films are made. A few days ago, I watched an interview of Rana Daggubati where he said why is there such a distracting between the Hindi film industry and the rest of the film industry. Why film industry should be one, not divided on the basis of language, so that good subjects are popular not just in the country but all over the world. And number 3 is India's brain. Today, when a foreigner come to India and see us buy everything from Apple to iPhone using UPI, then just think about the impact it has on the foreigner. Now UPI is also going internationally. It is being accepted in different countries. That is, different countries are adopting our technology. They are learning from us. Today, many global companies' CEOs are Indian. Indians are smart, reliable. This image is being made all over the world. This is very important for India. So I have a request to every Indians through this video. Keep your behavior respectful because people does not just look at you as an individual. They consider you as an Indian representative. When you break the queue, throw garbage on road or talk loudly in the public space, you are not only insult yourself but also insulting India. This is what we have to change. The country's NRI population is also important because it becomes the country's global ambassador through foreign remittances. Wherever foreign exchange can be remitted to the country. Of course, only if they understand that even after getting settled in abroad, everyone will consider them as an Indian. Going abroad is a choice. It does not make them better than others who live in India. This choice only shows that the challenge will be different from our, whether this is true or not. We will definitely make a video on this in the future. If you want to see it, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You remember the promise you made to us at the beginning of this video, right? We have to be a part of this solution. And we have to try to make India at least 1% better. Because in the future, mental boundaries will matter more than geographical boundaries. We have to learn from China's panda diplomacy. Because if we want to be great, we have to learn from China's panda diplomacy. Because if we want to be great power, then we have to recognize our soft power. And sharing this important message with you matter me.